Machine guns started firing at me, and 2 bullets hit my body armor.
I thought I would stay there, just not survive, and that's all.
7 fell at once.
Barrier troops. For them, it's a joy to nullify our soldiers.
I wouldn't wish that even for enemy.
Our man is retreating. Shoot him.
Bodies, 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 and all of them ours.
To them, it doesn't matter it's the enemy or own, don't give a shit.
Smells rotten with bitterness.
Just as I start moving, the drone hovers above me.
But when you see Baba Yaga, all your bravado will disappear.
They gave us a second life, so to speak.
A lot of fear. I've never felt anything like it before.
We're recon, stormtroopers, or what?
No one. We're cannon fodder.
Captivity for these Russians is not a coincidence, but a consequence of their encounter with soldiers from the 82nd Separate Airborne Assault Brigade. At first, these occupiers dreamed of destroying Ukraine and making money from it. But after experiencing the harsh realities of the Russian army and the horrors of the battlefield, they simply dreamed of surviving. And unlike many of their comrades, who were sent with them on a meat assault, they were lucky enough to do so. And now they will tell their story and all the details.
I'm a citizen of the Russian Federation. I was born in Novosibirsk. My name is Sergei Andreevich Fatiev. I was born in 1982. I was drafted into the Army in Rostov-on-Don and signed a contract on May 22nd this year. 102nd Regiment, 2nd Battalion. Rank, private. Position, medic rifleman.
My name is Vladislav Kirimovich Urazbaktin. I was born in Tomsk. I'm 24 years old. 102nd Regiment, 1st Battalion, private grenade launcher operator.
I am a citizen of the Russian Federation. Vitaly Vitalyevich Saldushkin. Born in 1977, I'm 48 years old and was born in the village of Kapaivo in the Mariel Republic. I'm a primary school teacher and taught children to sing.
I simply decided to resolve my bank debt issues at the state level and erase my criminal record to clear my history so that I would have no convictions and could be clean in front of my son and wife in the future. The first case, I had a falling out with my wife and left home. I got in the car, drank some cognac, and planned to spend the night in the car in winter, but then decided it was better not to stay and went to my dacha. The police caught me for drunk driving. The second time, I was driving sober and accidentally hit a pedestrian who was running across the road.
I received a job offer. They needed excavator operators, cooks, and general laborers. I chose to be a general laborer. They promised up to 200,000 rubles a month. They said I would have to clear debris and help retrieve 200. On April 3rd, I signed the contract. On the 7th, they put me on a plane to Moscow. From Moscow, they sent me from the train station to Simferopol by train. I ended up in a training camp. In the village of Perevolnoye, there was a military base.
It so happened that my mother had a hernia, 3 hernias in her spine. She could no longer do anything. The operation was expensive, and there was no help to be had. So I decided to find out how much they pay in the army. I saw banners with appeals and information about cash payments. I went to the capital of Mariel, the city of Yoshkar Ola, and signed a contract.
I wanted a medal. I said I would go. My wife and children also said to me, "Why, Dad? They'll kill you there." I said, "Well, my son should be proud of me. I want to bring home a medal for saving a wounded." And I promised my son, I said, "I'll bring you this medal." I definitely didn't want to go to kill.
There was training. We went to the training ground, mainly medicine and tactics. We practiced shooting positions.
How many times did you shoot?
3 times, I think, at targets. And that's it.
They put us on 2 buses. There were 39 of us initially. Almost all of us, like me, were elderly people, convicts, or people with alimony and loan debts. They also told us that we would be in a reserve military unit and would later be helping out. In general, I was happy, signed everything, got on the bus, and we drove off. We rode for 2 days. We arrived in Milerovo. After 40 minutes, they loaded us onto a KAMAZ truck, covered us with a tarp, told us to sit quietly, and drove us straight to Lugansk. That's when I realized that something was wrong.
One fine day, 2 KAMAZ trucks arrived at the military unit. We were lined up and selected from the ranks. Then we were put in the trucks, and early in the morning we arrived in Ukraine. There, I learned that we had been assigned to an assault unit. We were lined up and immediately subjected to harsh conversations. To put it bluntly, they treated us like shit. They called us names, humiliated us, and could come up and hit us for no reason. There were times when people died right there, at the training ground. One guy shot himself in front of me because he couldn't take it all mentally.
The newcomers couldn't handle it. One of them had a blood clot in his brain during the night. The ambulance that arrived couldn't save him in time.
So they bring in even old men, cripples, lame men, men with squints, but they still send them into assault.
After 7 days of training, they sent us to the front line. In Avdiivka, they gave us weapons, heavy bulletproof vests, old helmets, duffel bags, gas masks, shovels, and a pack of TNT.
They stuck on insignia. 6 of us got into the car, and we drove to some ruined village. From there, we were ordered to move forward through the forest line. We were guided by a drone. They radioed instructions on where to turn. We walked for 3 days. Then, I was the only one left from my group.
The task was to reach the intersection of 2 forest plantations. We didn't get to this intersection about 50 meters. A large drone appeared, buzzing like a helicopter. It dropped something large, and there was a powerful explosion. Then, after about 3 minutes, mortar fire began. 7 men in front of me, I saw it myself, were fell at once along the asphalt. All of them were 200.
We moved forward, and near some farm, Ukrainian drones spotted us. Bombing began. Mortars and drones were hitting us. I was wounded, and only 2 of us remained out of the 3.
They said, move into position, join the group, and storm the forest. It was a fortified position. I didn't understand right away, but when I climbed over the barbed wire, a machine gun started firing at me at 12 o'clock. 2 bullets hit my bulletproof vest. I fell and crawled back into the forest. I realized that Ukrainian forces were there, and the order was to move to the right side of the forest. That meant our Russian forces were on that side. I understood that if I got to the right side with the Russians, I would have to join them and storm the left side of the forest. That is, I would have to go through the forest and kill everyone I met. I disobeyed the order, so I said, I can't climb over this wire. But they were watching me. Our drone was in the sky. And I heard this phrase, if you don't go forward, we'll kill you ourselves, piss on you, and kill you again. Finally, I didn't go to meet our group and decided to surrender.
We waited a little while, then the drone led us further. We had to go across a field where the dragon's teeth and barbed wire were. I went first, and my second number stayed behind. His radio had gone, and he didn't know what to do. Then I decided to look for him. He didn't answer the radio, so I went to call him. I called, but he didn't respond. I heard gunfire. Your guys were already coming, and he ran into them. I heard the sound of gunfire and saw a concrete pipe under the road. I hid there and sat there for a long time.
I lay down near the asphalt and a shell exploded in front of me. I was torn shrapnel. 2 pieces of flesh were torn out of my groin. It passed through here, and there are 2 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 shrapnel wounds. I don't know how long I lay there. I lost consciousness. When I woke up, the buzzing was gone. They probably thought I was finished. There was aerial reconnaissance. My pants were torn, even my underwear. I was lying there with my bare ass. And then I crawled into the forest, in the opposite direction. I found a half-ruined dugout there. I slid in, wrapped myself in a camouflage net, and passed out. I thought, whatever will be, will be. I'm still alive.
I reached the forest. People started shouting at me from afar. Who are you? Whose side? I didn't answer. They started shooting at me through the forest. The target was out of sight for me, through the foliage. I decided to walk across the forest plantation and come out on the other side, raise my hands and my rifle, and surrender. That was it. A drone was hovering above me. I don't know if it belonged to us or to the Ukrainian forces. I walked and said, "Don't shoot, I surrender." I understood that they might not take me prisoner, that they might shoot me. But it was my only chance of survival because I simply didn't want to kill anyone.
I contacted the command via radio. I said, "Should I go back or not?" They said, "Stay where you are." I thought I would stay there, simply not survive, and that's all. There was a garbage, and I searched for scraps of food in it and collected rainwater. Then I heard voices. Our soldiers were approaching because I heard them communicating with the command. They suggested that I go forward with them. I refused because I had no strength, nothing at all. I couldn't even walk. I couldn't move normally anymore. They went forward. I went back. I didn't report it to the command because I knew I would be in trouble. They would punish me. Because they said if I took a step back, they would shoot me personally.
Barrier troops. If you decide to pull out a wounded soldier at your own discretion and fail to complete your combat mission, if you are told to go to a certain point and you don't go, if you say, "No, I'm going to pull out the wounded," then they will shoot you in the back without fail. There are special troops that don't let you retreat, in general, under no circumstances. For them, it's like a command to attack. For them, it's a joy to wipe out our soldiers. That's the kind of shit that happens. Therefore, I didn't even think about retreating. I just thought about going and surrendering to you.
And so I hid in the woods all this time. I slowly backed away. At some intersection I came under mortar fire. A shell exploded right next to me. My eardrum burst, and I was slightly cut by shrapnel, but I was lucky. I saw a half-destroyed dugout. I decided to hide in it. I asked, "Is anyone there?" He was there, wounded.
I don't remember how much time had passed. I heard through my sleep, "Is anyone there?" And then he found me. He had a first aid kit. He bandaged me up. He had a radio. I heard him personally. He got in touch and said, "Barnal, this is Buzia. I have a Sirius 300 with me. Permission to retreat? No, you bastards. Stay at your position, observe, and report in every hour." That's the order I heard.
In our situation, when you retreat, anyone can receive an order via radio. Our man retreats, shoot him. And he is from your unit with whom you arrived. And he must carry out the order. If he does not, then the person sitting behind him will shoot him.
In the morning, we woke up, and then I heard the voices of your soldiers. They asked if anyone was in the dugout. They said they would throw a grenade. I said, "No need, I surrender." I said that I had a seriously wounded with me. That's it. They took us prisoner.
We immediately said we were surrendering. He came out and said, "There is a wounded there." We didn't touch the weapons. We left everything in the dugout. They examined me, bandaged me, and fed us. They gave me a red ampule containing painkillers.
They didn't beat us. They fed us and gave us water. They explained how to behave so that there would be no problems.
They took me captive, searched me, took everything, tied me up. After that, everything was fine. They took care of us, fed us, gave cigarettes to those who smoke, gave us water. We had been without water for 3 days, although your soldiers themselves did not have much water. They gave us plenty to drink, that is, they gave us their own. They did everything we needed. Not only that, but they even evacuated us to send us for exchange, risking their own lives, because there was very heavy bombing where we were. Our own forces were attacking us, airstrikes, aircraft flying overhead and carrying out strikes, and artillery fire. But nevertheless, your guys risked their lives, and under mortar fire from our forces, brought us out to save us. In this situation, I immediately saw who was the animal in this territory and who was more human. I don't know where Russians get such fanaticism and desire to kill. This FSB agents, in my opinion, doesn't give a damn about Russians. We have a lot of people, so we will move forward regardless of the mass of corpses. In Russia, everything is done so that soldiers die in any case.
Do you feel like you're not really appreciated? I would say that we are not valued at all.
I'll say even more, they know that your soldiers are listening to our radio stations. When I was captured and brought here, they told me these things. They asked me, "What's your call sign?" I said, "Photon." Photon. They told you to throw a blanket over the barbed wire. I said, "How do you know that? What do you think, that we don't know what you're talking about radio?" He told me details that only our commanders know. Our commanders talk in detail on purpose so that we go out and get killed, knowing that you are listening to everything. I said, "Tell me, what should I do next?" "Move there." As soon as I start moving, your drone is hovering above me. Where did it come from? Just appearing out of nowhere. When they say, "Don't go out now, roll back 70 meters, I roll back 70 meters, and again your drone is already flying above me. And this is no coincidence, damn it, it's a pattern.
They use such deceptive methods to force people go to death. In captivity is better than in our military unit, really.
Would you like to try such adventures again?
Never. I wouldn't wish that, even to my enemy. So much fear. I've never experienced anything like it. So many deaths. I was just walking, stepping over the bodies of our soldiers. And I'll remember that smell for the rest of my life.
Smells rotten with bitterness. In forest lines, bodies, 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 and all of them ours. They lie there. No one picks them up.
It's just a shock. I don't know when I'll get over it.
You take care of your soldiers. Everything, or most things, is controlled electronically. And by the way, you are also winning the information war, because you have a lot of bloggers who tell and inform Russian soldiers that they should not come here. I'm telling the truth. I'd rather be useful to Ukraine than to Russia. Russia has given me nothing.
If you were interested in today's episode and would like me to continue doing episodes like this next, then let me know by hitting the like button and leaving a comment. You can support the author by the details in the description. Thank you.